Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. This is what the ancients were commended for. By faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what is visible.
Thank you for tuning in to our broadcast. We pray that you are blessed by the message as we discussed forward action and trusting Him. Now back to the word.
The message that I want to leave you with today is that there are times that our faith is not as strong as God wants it to be. And that we even have times we may have doubt on what God is trying to do for us. But just know that when our strength is faith and in a weak moment, God shows us why we should have faith in Him from the beginning. In the text, I took from it that even when everything is going wrong in our eyes, God is going to bless us for never losing our faith in Him. So I want to give you an example of types of faith that we tend to have from day to day. So the example I like to give is when you go to NTB. You go to get your oil change, you walk in, you give them your keys, you say, hey, here to get an oil change. They give you sign your paper, you go get your complimentary coffee, plug your phone in, check your Facebook, you do whatever. You may peek out the window to see, hey, so that's how they change my oil. Or, oh, that's how they get my car a Peace Sky. But you don't pay any attention to it. You don't worry. You know that your car is taken care of. Even if your car, say they don't put the right oil in it. Well, you know that this is a professional business, so that it's covered. That, you can go back to them and say, hey, you didn't do a good job. I need you to fix it. Or also, if something happens to where you get into an accident, because of them, you're covered. Your insurance is covered. You're covered. You have the faith that no matter what you came in there for, you're good because you are covered and you have faith in this person. But at sometimes we don't have the strong faith that we have as NTB. The example I give is, you say we have Jimmy the shade tree mechanic. His shop is in a gas station next to a gas station that nobody even uses. I mean, it still has the sign of regular gas. It's 79 cents. And you're real skeptical when you go in there, but you go. But when you go in there, you're still saying, well, hey, I'm coming to get my oil changed. The same thing, the same way he greets you, you are still reluctant because you're like, well, I'm not for sure of this place. So, you're asking, are you going to rotate my tires? Are you going to check my oil? You going to use good oil? Hey, I had $5 in my console. I like that to be there. You won't go get the complimentary coffee because you're going to sit there and watch to make sure that he's doing it. Sometimes that's our faith, that we know that things are going to be happening because we believe in God, but still skeptical. You leave NTB, your tires are rotated, it's raining, you can speed out of there like it's nothing. But with Jim and the shade tree mechanic, you kind of drive slow. You still check your gas. You go to Walmart, and you double check, make sure everything is done. So that is the type of faith that we deal from day to day. But the thing is that the times that our faith in God comes so naturally that He actually appreciates that we believe in Him, that we know that He will provide, He will make a way for us. However, He loves that when no matter the situation and the circumstances, that we believe He is able and that He will provide for us, even when you yourself know it's not possible. But truly, what's not possible for God? The one that said, let there be light. The one who whispered to Mary that said that you will carry a child that will change the world. Know that I'm human. We're human. We don't mean to check our tires to make sure we have air, but we make sure the stove is off. But sometimes human nature makes us feel like, let me double check. But what everyone needs to understand, that when you have faith with God, it's already been double checked and triple checked for you. So I want to give you a little story. So the story is going to be about late cousin Tommy and on-time Sally. So on-time Sally is now trying to get a job. She's going to this place. She has to depend on someone. She has to put her faith in someone, which is late cousin Tommy. Late cousin Tommy is late to everything. He's late to birthdays, he's late to weddings, he's late to his baby being born. He's just late. But this is the time that now she has to put something that she trusts in for her to progress in his hands. So what happens is she actually ends up having to send her resume to another location. Now the place that she's going is, she's moving, it's a good job, it's great money, but she can't get there in time to actually present her resume. So the only person that's close enough is late Tommy. So now she's like, well, I love late Tommy, don't trust late Tommy, but I gotta get this there, and there's no way that I can do it. Late Tommy is 5 minutes from the location. He knows where the location is. He drives past it every day. So he's reliable, but his timing is never reliable. So on time Sally sends the information to him. Okay, listen, I need it here by this time. Turn it in, make sure it's on time. Late Tommy, okay, sure, I got you, not a problem, I'm going to turn it in. So the thing is that you have to realize that sometimes with faith, sometimes it doesn't work just for you. There are times you're strengthening yourself. You may help someone else, whether it's from your testimony, seeing your progression in the word and in the life, and sometimes God using you directly to strengthen someone's faith. So with that being said, let me explain late Tommy. Late Tommy tries his best to be on time. He plans it. He says, I'm going to get up at this time. I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to leave here. He checks Google Maps. He makes sure that I will be there. But something always happens. So a lot of times the people don't realize that when late Tommy gets there, he's excited, but he's really upset. He's really bothered because he's trying his best. And it seems that no matter what he does, he can never do it right. So at this moment, his faith is increased. Because on time Sally always gives him flack because he's always late. But now she believes in him to be on time for something. So now, even though he's like, sure, I have you, his faith has been lifted. Because it's like, you believe in me? You know I can't be on time. I'm never an hour late. I'm 2-3 hours late. Even if I'm 10 minutes away, I'm 2 hours late. But you trust in me. You have your faith in me. You're believing in me. So that's why I said it works two ways, because now his faith has been lifted, as well as her faith has to be strengthened because she's believing in something that she knows is not possible. So this is what happens. She gives it to him, she believes him, she lets it go. And sometimes that's what you have to do with God. You have to believe it and let it go. It was said that if you're going to pray, don't worry. If you're going to worry, don't pray. So with that, she had to believe in him. She said, you know what? I have faith in you, God. I'm giving it to this person. This is the only person that I can trust to do it, even though I know there's no possible way. So let me tell you what happens. So late Tommy, he's late. However, he's right on time. As they always say, God may not come when you call, but he's always on time. So let's say he's supposed to be there at 2. Well, he gets there a little bit after 2. Well, when he gets there, the receptionist that's supposed to be there is not there. So he's like, well, how do I turn this in? Who do I turn it into? A gentleman happens to walk up to him and says, well, what are you here for? Well, I'm here to drop this resume off for my cousin, and now I'm late for whatever I have to do, but I need to make sure that I'm right on time for her. Well, he doesn't know that the person that he's sending it to is actually the CEO of the company that happens just to be there to be making rounds to check on people to see how everything is going. So he gives her the resume, and he's like, well, what is this for? Tommy doesn't know. He's like, I don't know. It's a resume. She told me to drop it off. Well, who is this? Oh, well, this is my cousin Sally. So now he starts explaining about Sally, but of course he doesn't know what the job is. He doesn't know the profession she's in, so he speaks on her character. Even though on time Sally was always getting on him, she loved him. She praised him. And at this moment, she gave him faith and allowed his faith to be encouraged. So he praises her. Well, she does this, and she's good at this, and she's got great organizing skills, and she can manage to put any family function we have, she can do this in a timely manner. So basically, he gave the interview. The great thing about having faith is that when you put your faith in God, he blesses you in abundance. He doesn't just give you enough to be like, okay, God, I see you. I appreciate you. He gives you enough to make you believe that, wow, this is God. There's no one else did this. There's no possible way. It didn't fall in the right hands, or it was by your faith in believing him. And that when you have faith in God, he will show you that believing in me from the beginning is all that I ever want. That's all that I ever needed. So as far as you believing in me, here is your reward. And here is your reward, and more than what you even expected.